is High Power 102.7 FM, the pride of the people.
Good afternoon. Here's High Power 102.7 FM Media News. I am Inioluwa Adekoya. First at the headlines. NASA approves electronics and manual collation. United Nations condemns Kwara massacre. On the foreign scene, illegal gold mining on the rise in eastern Johannesburg. And in sports, Mbappe confirms racial comment to Vinicus. Details of this and more in a moment. Please stay tuned. Glad to have you back, and now the news in detail, starting from the national level. The National Assembly has approved the electronic transmission of election results, but retained manual collation as a backup, triggering protest. A walkout by opposition lawmakers and heated debates in both chambers ahead of the 2027 general election. What should have been a routine legislative correction to the Electoral Act Amendment Bill instead degenerated into one of the most dramatic sittings of the 10th Assembly, exposing deep partisan fault lines ahead of the 2027 general election. In the Senate, 15 lawmakers led by Senator Inioluwa Adekoya, ADC Abia South, stood defiantly against the controversial provision in the Clause 60, subsection 3, that recognizes the manually completed form EC8A as the primary source of collation where electronic transmission fails. In the House of Representatives, the minority caucus staged a walkout accusing Speaker Tajuddin Abbas' leadership of frustrating attempts to insist on mandatory real-time electronic transmission without caveats. And now to Owo. A Department of State Service, the DSS, witness has told the Federal High Court in Abuja that suspects standing trial over the June 5, 2022 massacre at St. Francis Catholic Church, Owo, Ondo State, were funded, armed and mobilized before carrying out the attack. Testifying before Emeka Nwite, the presiding judge, the witness, identified only as SSI, from security reasons, said he led the DSS counter-terrorism investigation into the incident. The DSS is prosecuting 5 suspects: Idris Abdulmalik Omeza, Kazim Idris, Jamiu Abdulmalik, Abdul Alim Idris, and Momo Otu Abubakar on a 9-count charge. Led in evidence by Ayo Diji Adedipe, prosecuting counsel, the witness said he had counter-terrorism investigation at DSS and was mandated to identify the perpetrators, their sponsors, and the circumstances surrounding the attack, which left over 40 people dead and more than 100 injured. And now to Ondo State, ahead of today's World Congress of the All Progressive Congress in Ondo State. Armed political thugs have invaded and disrupted the stakeholders' meeting, attacking and injuring party leaders, including State Party Chairman Engineer Adetime. Reports added that the sponsored thugs arrived at the venue of the meeting with dangerous weapons and attacked the party leader. The State Party Chairman and other party leaders were attacked and dragged by the thugs while the meeting was ongoing. Other leaders of the party attacked at the meeting include Ademola Ijabiyi, Saka Yusuf, Otito Atikashe, Muyiwa Asagunla, Akin Showore, Rashid Badmus, Yetunde Adeyanju, Shola Ajisafe, Dr. Kola Ademujimi, and Chief Bode Sumonu. Speaking with newsmen, the party chairman, Adetime, who expressed surprise over the incident, said that the thugs dragged him on the floor from the conference hall of the meeting to the ground floor of the party secretariat. And now to the UN. The United Nations Security Council has condemned the deadly February 3rd terrorist attack in Kwara, in which about 75 people were killed and many houses were set ablaze. In a press statement released, a member of the council reaffirmed that terrorism in all its form and manifestation remains one of the gravest threats to international peace and security. Speaking further, the council said the perpetrators, organizers, financiers, and sponsors of such acts should be held accountable and urged all states to cooperate fully with Nigerian authorities in line with international law and relevant Security Council resolutions. The members reiterated that acts of terrorism are criminal and unjustifiable irrespective of motion, location, timing, or perpetrators. This news at 7 is coming to you from iPower 102.7 FM in Inioluwa. Still to come on the foreign illegal gold mining escalated in eastern Johannesburg. And in sports, Mbappe confirms racial comment to Vinicius.
Whether you're tuning in for breaking news, in-depth analysis, or community updates, Hyper 102.7 FM remains your most trusted source. Because when it comes to news, the truth matters. Hyper FM 102.7.
Welcome back, and now to foreign matters. A gold rush has escalated in the eastern part of South African city of Johannesburg after reports spread a few days ago about the discovery of some gold particles. Some of those digging at the site told newsmen that they have been able to find gold and have sold it on the black market. Speaking further, the diggers acknowledged the illegality of the activities and also pleaded to the government to give them mining permit to work and be able to pay tax accordingly. Meanwhile, the South African Department of Mineral Resources has condemned the mining activity in Guguletu, calling it illegal and warning that it is damaging the environment. Still on foreign matters, Iranian Minister of Foreign Affairs Abbas Araghchi has said good progress has been made in indirect nuclear talks with the United States, even as Washington warned the military action remains an option if diplomacy fails. The talks, mediated by Oman, were held in the Swiss city of Geneva against a backdrop of increased military flexing by both sides in Gulf region. Meanwhile, in Washington, U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance, when speaking with newsmen, also appeared to indicate that his country preferred diplomacy, but painted a more mixed picture that the president reserves the ability to say when he thinks that diplomacy has reached its natural end. And now to the sporting arena. Real Madrid forward Kylian Mbappe has insisted he heard the alleged racial remarks used by Benfica Gianluca Prestiani on his teammate Vinicius Jr. The Champions League knockout playoffs was paused for 10 minutes by referee Francio Letexia after Vinicius initially refused to play on following Prestiani's comment. Vinicius had just scored the only goal of the game with sensational finish when he clashed with Prestiani, who pulled his shirt up over his mouth before saying something to the Madrid striker. To end the iPower 102.7 FM midday news, let's take another look at the main points. We told you in the course of the bulletin that the National Assembly has approved the electronic transmission of election results but retained manual collation as a backup, triggering protest. A walkout by opposition lawmakers and heated debates in both chambers ahead of the 2027 general elections. We also informed you that ahead of today's World Congress of the All Progressive Congress in Ondo State, and political thugs have invaded and disrupted the stakeholders meeting, attacking and injuring party leaders, including the state party chairman, Engineer Adetime. On the foreign scene, we informed you a gold rush has escalated in the eastern part of South Africa's city of Johannesburg after reports spread a few days ago about a discovery of some gold particles. And finally, in the sporting arena, we informed you that Real Madrid forward Kylian Mbappe has insisted he heard the alleged racial remarks used by Benfica Gianluca Prestiani on his teammate Vinicius Jr. And that was the iPower 102.7 FM Media News, edited by Akin Adebayo. My name is Inioluwa Adekoya. Many thanks for listening and a beautiful